to enhance cooperation, coordination, and make sure that the resources that are there are utilized in an effective way to really mitigate this essential, this fundamental problem that Kenya as well as other countries have. Because with this loss of funds, with this loss of resources, it's not possible to achieve the SDGs, for example. 100 billion over the continent is half of the money you need every year to move forward with the achievement of the targets in the Sustainable Development Goals. And this reflects in poor services, poor health, poor education, and entrenched poverty and exclusion. So the agencies present here are really in the front line of this work, and they are doing excellent initiatives. Their achievements are great. We need to build on those. We need more of those. And as UN Office on Drugs and Crime, we are the agencies mandated to support state parties of the UN Convention Against Corruption in the fight against corruption, and we are here to support this process, and we are grateful for the cooperation. We are grateful for the cooperation with EACC in premise, who is the focal point for the implementation of the UN Convention Against Corruption, but also with all the other agencies here, and we wish them a fantastic work and great achievements in the coming future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I hope it is in line with the mandate, not other issues.
Yes.
Yeah, please.
So I'm asking.
Who you asking?
Anyone can answer me to that. What are you doing as a commission to create awareness and educate the society, or rather the citizens, about corruption? And secondly, it is very hard to train old dogs new tricks. The older generation may have been corrupted very hard, and we thought corruption cannot end. But now we have the new generation. Do you have future plans to help curb the corruption in future? Those two questions.
Okay, thank you for those questions. On behalf of EACC, we have a very robust and comprehensive program for public education and awareness. We also have a schools education program, especially focusing on integrity clubs that are nurturing young people to become people of integrity when they grow up, and also to have a good character in the way they conduct themselves. So we have a very serious program on that. As we speak, we have an ongoing debate among secondary schools in Kenya on issues of ethics and integrity. And this is intended to prepare and gauge the level of understanding of our young people on issues of corruption and the role they need to play in the fight against corruption. Beyond that, the EACC has a very robust media education program. We are continuously engaging the media to inform Kenyans about the fight and the achievements we are making, and continuously reminding them about the role they need to play in the fight against corruption. As you have noted in the past, we have public outreach programs that reach out to Kenyans in their spaces, especially in markets, to just engage them in the fight against corruption, and also to be able to receive reports whenever we can. So yes, we have a very robust public education program. Going forward, we are working very closely with the National Kenya, the Youth Council, to bring the youth on the war together to fight with the Commission in the war against corruption. Our strategy is to ensure that out-of-school youth, in-school youth have an effective role in fighting corruption, and especially in the role of electing leaders of integrity, noting that over 70% of our population in this country is the youth. So they have a say, they have a stake, and therefore the Commission is inviting them to support the war against corruption in line with the current theme on uniting uniting with the youth in the fight against corruption globally. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. So we can quickly have a cup of tea. No, Francesco, you are next.
Feature vipi? Kwa nini hapa? sijajificha. Unajua sasa mimi ni kichwa na wewe unajua natakiwa nenda chini. No, siende chini kuja juu. Float.
You have heard the speech in the morning, so some have been already laid out, but we will go a little bit deeper into the technical discussion of cooperation, coordination, and challenges of each of the agencies. So without further ado, I would like to call our panelists to join me on stage. First of all, Mr. Mark Ogonji, Director General of the Asset Recovery Agency. Then we have Mr. George Ojowi, Deputy Director of Asset Tracing at ECC. Please take a seat wherever you feel comfortable. Then we have Mr. Geoffrey Obiri, Senior Assistant Director of Public Prosecutions at ODPP. Then Mr. James Giutigni, Commissioners at DCI for Financial Investigations. And then finally, Dr. Kennedy Pambo, Manager of the Technical Capacity Building at the FRC. Please do join me as well. So, I would like to start with perhaps a general question to all of you, and thank you very much for the time to join us. I really very much appreciate it. So, you have heard the introductions this morning about the problems related to illicit financial flows, to corruption, money laundering, and we have heard about the role of your agencies overall. But I would like to ask you a little bit more concretely, in your opinion, what is the state of affairs with regard to financial crimes in Kenya, particularly with regard to the trends that you see in money laundering, corruption, illicit financial flows in your agencies, and what really, as we say, what keeps you awake at night? What really bothers? Which are the issues that you see that really you think should be prioritized? So I would ask each one of you to say a few words, maybe 5 minutes on this. And then, due to time, we're running a little bit late. I will open the floor for questions, because I think the best questions are the ones that come from the audience. So please do prepare some questions. This is your opportunity to grill the gentlemen here. Of course, in a nice way, but hear a bit more on what you would like them to express a little bit more in details. I will start from Mr. Ogonji. Please give us your 5 minutes take on the issue.
Thank you, Francesco. And when I look at the current sorry for that, the current status, I'll start with the focus on money laundering. From where we sit, the current trend shows a shift from the various traditional ways. The various traditional ways of cash-based laundering, and we are seeing a trend where they have employed complex methods, and in this case, the use of trade-based money laundering, digital platforms, shell companies, offshore accounts, and this trend is continuing to increase. And therefore, all stakeholders in the law enforcement sector needs to be apprised and appraised with the current trends and to be up to speed. Kenya has done a lot in this area, ESCC, DCI, and even the prosecution side. But there's still a lot that needs to be done. The cryptocurrency is also another area, and it is quite a challenging area. It requires skilled personnel. Already there are agencies that have started building capacity, but we continue to emphasize that as the criminals go underground using cryptocurrencies, going to the virtual world, the intelligence, the security, the investigators, they need to also be on those platforms. When you look at the real estate also, it is becoming a conduit for some of the money laundering areas. But the goodness with the country is that the Real Estate Agents Registration Board has been designated as one of the AML CFT reporting institutions, and therefore they are being brought on board. Corruption, yes, corruption issues, they have shown a marked increase in some areas, but especially in procurement, and those are areas that are being touched on. Terror financing, a very critical area, and here we have informal value trade transfers. This transfer system, like our system, always a challenge, but the security agencies again are monitoring whatever is going on in the informal system. We have situations where we have charitable organization and NGOs, and again, the public benefits authority is up to speed and is also addressing some of the challenges that are here. Cash-intensive businesses, trade-based money laundering, digital platforms and cryptocurrency that I mentioned, and also another trend that was mentioned by DCI during their initial statement is the kidnapping for ransom that has also taken root. You also remember the issues of the card swapping and all that. So those are areas that are still giving us challenges. So what are some of the issues that you have faced? Complexity of the financial crimes, the networks involved. In some institutions, including ARA, sometimes you can't say you have enough resources like budget. So you have to work within the government's budgetary allocation. And it impedes certain times the financial intelligence investigations. Like for ARA, we have both the investigators and the intelligence team that we rely on to do most of the work. Because the work we receive from FRC, from DCI, from ESCC, and the other agencies, we have to again integrate the process. And if I look at the opportunities, they are many. Because in this environment, there are areas that we can strengthen interagency collaboration through joint investigations. Where we have done joint investigations with the other agencies, success rate has always been very high. Why? Because you have the synergy of bringing on all the skills set that the other agencies have. Compared to when you go it alone and you realize there's something you're missing, which you have gotten from the agencies. So collaboration is very key. The other area is looking at mutual legal assistance, international collaboration, and ensuring that proceeds that have been stashed outside the country are being recovered and brought back to